Coming up in tonight's bulletin, the new Noro police station was officially opened and handed over today. Yexi Awards 2025 is set to be held this Thursday, and the Mineral Resources Bill 2025 is now expected to be tabled in Parliament next year. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Cheryl Berra. Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele officially opened and handed over the new Noro police station in Western Province today, marking a major step forward in strengthening national security and community policing across the country. Andrea Ma'ahanua reports.
The new Noro police station was officially opened and handed over today by Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele at Noro in Western Province. This marks a major investment in strengthening national security and law enforcement. Speaking during the event, Prime Minister Manele highlighted that the new infrastructure is part of ongoing efforts to deliver tangible development impacts at the provincial and community levels.
My government is determined that by 2026, implementation of both our development and recurrent programs will reach a meaningful execution rate, delivering tangible impact at provincial and community levels. Infrastructure like this is part of that transformation. But we must remember that security is a shared responsibility. The government, the RSIPF, development partners, provincial governments, and our communities must all work together to maintain peace, uphold the law, and protect our future.
The station was built by contractors with support from the Australia-Solomon Islands Policing Partnership Program, RAP, and the Australian Federal Police. Prime Minister Manele called on Noro police officers to take care of the new facility.
I urge you to look after it well, keep it in good condition, and use it responsibly to serve our people with integrity, fairness, and dedication. I also wish to acknowledge the Premier and Government of Western Province, traditional leaders and communities for your continuous support to the police. Your cooperation and partnership are vital in ensuring a peaceful environment for development to thrive. To the brave men and women of the RSIPF, this is your station. Serve with fairness, serve with courage, and serve with a heart. To our partner Australia, thank you for your enduring support and partnership. To the people of Noro and Western Province, may this station be a beacon of peace, a symbol of partnership, and a pillar of progress for now and into the future.
Noro Town is one of the country's key economic hubs, home to Seoul Tuna Limited, an international port, and vital fisheries and tourism industries. The investment is expected to not only boost community well-being, but also promote economic growth and investor confidence. Andrea Ma'ahanua for SIBC TV.
The Young Entrepreneurs Council Solomon Islands Yexi Awards, the second since 2022, is set to be held this Thursday. The event aims to recognize the achievements and invaluable contributions made by young entrepreneurs to economic growth and innovation. The theme for this year's event is Powering Progress, Young Entrepreneurship, Shaping Tomorrow.
The awards that we're going to have is on the 13th, and Honorable Prime Minister would be our keynote speaker. Our theme for this year's award is Powering Progress, Young Entrepreneurs Shaping Tomorrow. I think it's a theme to summarize the innovation, the creativity, the hard work that young entrepreneurs actually invested in their smaller businesses and what dreams that they believe in. So we'll have this at the National Aquatic Center. Tables and tickets are on sale as we speak. We have had amazing support from government ministries as well as from the private sector as well and other institutions. We have Ministry of Culture and Tourism as the platinum sponsor for this year's award. We also had 2 other ministries coming in as gold sponsor, Ministry of Commerce and as well Ministry of Agriculture.
A number of awards will be presented to successful nominees during the event.
We'll be giving out 11 awards on that night. The other thing to look forward for is, if you remember, we had an event called Launchpad, a partnership program funded by MCT, Yexi and Sino. So we had a 5 weeks program that the tourism student plus Sino bachelor program, those graduated this year, they have embarked on a 5 weeks program that they have to pitch in their ideas. On that awards night as well, we will announce the 4 winners. And the Ministry of Culture and Tourism will have the honors of announcing that 4 winners on that night. And not only that one too, but on that particular night, we'll be announcing our 10 members who are transitioning from Yexi to Siki. Or in other words, we'd say transitioning from the informal space to the formal sector now.
Aunama highlighted that the awards not only recognizes the success of Yexi members, but celebrates the partnership between the council and key stakeholders.
And looking forward to celebrate, not only celebrate with members that are going to get awards and stuff, but also celebrating partnership. Celebrating partnership with the government, with our other stakeholders, and that night as well will speak volume of the partnership that we have. So it will be a celebration of a lot of things, I would say. So
the government has deferred the tabling of the Mineral Resources Bill 2025 to next year, with Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele citing the 2026 national budget as the main agenda for the final parliamentary sittings of 2025. Simon Tavake reports.
The Mineral Resources Bill 2025 is now expected to be tabled in Parliament next year. Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manele confirmed this during a recent press conference, saying it is unlikely that the bill will go through its first and second reading this year. He said the November and December sittings will focus entirely on the 2026 national budget.
Most likely next year, as you rightly said, it has been with the BLC committee. They've done their hearings on it. We have not seen the report from there, but I understand that they intend to have more consultations on it. But that's something that the Ministry of Mines and Energy will look into in terms of their request, BLC's request for further consultations or further work. But for it to be tabled for first reading or second reading or November, December, very unlikely, because the November, December sitting will be solely for the budget, 2026 budget. But it is an important piece of legislation that as a government we would like to see this through, and hopefully first meeting law 2026.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Mines, Energy and Rural Electrification, Dr. Christopher Vehe, has reaffirmed that the Bills and Legislation Committee plans to take the bill to the provinces for further consultations.
We've had requests from BLC that they did want to take the bill for another consultation to provinces. That is in their hands. Though we told them that Mifala no garem any budget to support the consultation law province. The ministry and the team that is with the support from Attorney General Chamba, we've taken on board all the comments so far from the Bill Legislation Committee consultations law Parliament, and we are also looking into areas of concerns where our people blame Migarep, and we are prepared that when the opportunity is there, we will take the bill through.
The bill, once passed, will replace the Mines and Minerals Act and create a modern framework for the country's mineral sector. Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
Solomon Islands-based company Islands Owned is creating more local jobs and turning a traditional resource into a growing enterprise. Alex Dadamu reports.
Solomon Owned is a local company turning coconuts into natural oil products for homes and businesses around the country.
Mifala one fala coconut products processing company. So we started off by making food products like desiccated coconut, coconut milk, coconut flour. Company started way back, not long ago, 2018. 2018, June 2018, Mifala opened door for start doing auto production by Mifala. With barely nothing inside, we will start from scratch, 2018. This fella company come about by, formerly we were trying to go into oil palm, but him no work out. We meet him a lot of challenges for establishing and setting up oil palm company, but him hard a little bit. So time we switch him go to coconut, it started. It's company started now. So since then, looks like we're not looking back because him start for go progress slowly. It's 2025 now, so it's like 7 years since then.
The company has been producing coconut oil for several years with hundreds of liters made every month. Workers carefully process the coconuts to keep the oil pure and fresh.
Just in our own country alone, inside Honiara, you mean bara coconut oil or some bara most needed to mas, yeah? And I was mentioning copra before we have our coconut oil. Before I remember copra oil no more, and recently now virgin coconut oil has come to market now. What a big demand. Mifal no say produce enough for okata buyers from Mifal tuya, especially the market ones. Those are the main coconut oil buyers here. I will say the demand is increasing, because as new customers hear them about, we still have customers coming and say, hey, me follow hear him about you fella yet, yeah? Me follow savvy about you fella. Maybe our advertising him not really out yet, kind of same. But the more we have that, the more the demand will grow. So we have to meet the demand. For us to meet the demand, it's also another challenge, I will say. Yeah, we need to grow, but we are getting there slowly. Yeah.
Fiona Edosi is a mother of 5 working for the company since it was started back in 2018. She says that as a single mother, the income that she received from working at Solomon-owned company enables her to meet her children's school fees and basic necessities.
Me, I use him for school fee. Also, me, I use him too for kakai, because me, no any daddy am helping me. Me, one was single mother. Me, also, me stay with him, okta pikinin blow me too broken. So, me meet him, also, me, I'm helpful to us for me helping family blow me.
The company provides jobs for around 16 workers, and with plans to expand production and reach new markets, this will provide more job opportunities for local Solomon Islanders. Turning local coconuts into a thriving business, Solomon-owned continues to make a difference. Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
More than 50 years ago, in the early 1970s, 2 young volunteers arrived in the Solomon Islands through the Volunteers Program. Ruth and John Wishart volunteered in Munda, Western Province. The couple's deep connection to Solomon Islands goes far beyond just providing health services in the Western Province. It also became a personal one following the birth of their daughter in Munda.
Coming back this time has been an amazing experience. We were able to come because our daughter has been working in Honiara for the past 6 months on the Australian Volunteer Program, and it was just an amazing experience. Alison travelled back with us to Munda, and through contacts with the Uniting Church, I was able to contact the hospital administrator and meet a staff person that I worked with. It was just lovely to meet her, and her eldest daughter, who's now an employee of the hospital here, happened to be at Munda and was able to act as a translator. So it was a very exciting afternoon.
I was wondering how we would be accepted or not, because we never know what influence we have on people, and whether they appreciated what we did or whether they thought we made lots of mistakes. So we were very surprised how they greeted us. In fact, it was very emotional. And with the help of a taxi driver, we actually found the house Mary for our house, who looked after our daughter Alison after she was born. Because our house Mary used to take her down to Kindu village, and I would go past the Kindu pool sometimes and see Alison in her arms, and she would be chewing on some taro. When we tracked her down, because she had moved, she came running out and put her arms around her. Alison and said, "Oh, my daughter has come back." So we knew that we were accepted. And for that, we've always kept that bond with the Solomon Islanders. And I think there is something that always stays with you once you've done something like this, especially as a volunteer.
Decades later, they returned and meet old friends and familiar faces.
Put your hand up to become a volunteer. Now, maybe it will not be your ideal thing. Sometimes people do find that the culture shock is too different and have to go back home. But at least give it a go, because if you do succeed, it is an experience that stays with you forever. And I think it has affected me anyway. I still turn on the water, then turn it off, soak myself, then turn the water back on, from the days when I only had a bucket shower. So we always only have a bucket shower worth of water. So these little things still stay with you. The transport has changed, and I think the culture has changed with it. It's so much easier now to get around in a banana boat than it is in the big boats, especially in the reefs where larger boats cannot go. And I think the times have changed and the people have changed. And I think any person who is a volunteer really gets back just as much as they give, if not more.
One of the most gratifying changes I've noticed coming back was the increase in the variety of fresh food and its availability. Like pumpkins were a scarcity. Like I said, there was very few green vegetable. In my whole 3 years, I never saw an eggplant in my life, though I was here. I would support what John said. If you have an opportunity to work in a country like this, try it out. It's I don't think you'll ever regret it. And I loved it.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.